What's up, everybody? This is Lost Streams 2580. Alright, I'm going to come to you with Let's Talk Builds once more. It's the last of the set, so if you haven't had a chance to check out any of the other videos, make sure you stop in and check out the streams for the Let's Talk Builds. Um, Basically, I already covered the first runs on the Dex Dakra, or however you want to pronounce it, as I said in every other one. The things that I'm doing right now is covering. The last video was the Dex Furus. If you're interested in finding out what that's about, because I'm not sure on whether or not you guys have actually been around long enough to get the other gifts previously. So for all the newer players, I'm going over some of these older ones because I actually haven't done any videos on them, because they were gifts, you know what I mean? So I just never got around to doing them. And so if you haven't had them before, you obviously got them all today in the mail as a gift for every single one of them. And they definitely are interesting to use. I was kind of getting into the new Dex Siberus or Cerebrus or however you want to pronounce it. I was getting into it until it started getting hectic, and then it was just way too much at the moment. So I still have to build that up, but we're gonna get rid of that and the Dex Furus because of the fact that I am just doing this video is on the Dex Dakras. Um, Now that I don't know how many of you guys actually like to use melee weapons. But for me, there's only two frames that I really care to use melee weapons with, and that's Trinity and Valkyr. As for leveling, I like to use Trinity, but this is already max rank, so we don't have to worry about leveling anything right now, then I guess, do we? Um, but anyway, so as I started the game, I progressed just like everyone else did, and I'm pretty sure that I'm talking mostly to the newer players that just got these weapons today. Um, but I went through things like the dual heaters, the dual heat blades, whatever they're called. Those were pretty epic. I thought that they outclassed a lot of the weapons, and then I went to the Cronins, and those were absolutely amazing. And then I took and matched them up against the Dex Dakras, which happened to be a hell of a lot more uh, powerful and easier to use with longer range. Now, um, take and flip this over here so we can compare the base stats. Um, Now, a lot of this stuff you did have a chance to get with through the trader. The Void Trader did bring Buzzkill back, so you may already have that. If not, then it was an event mod that we got, which were the slash mods, and I can't remember whether it was the Sands or whether it was Gate Crash that gave them to me, but I can't remember. But anyway, these weapons here, I do love the mechanics of dual wielding blades because of the fact that there is just a much better feel to the blocking when you're wielding two of them because of just the way it looks. Now, the original attack speed is low as shit, but don't be afraid. It is a lot faster than it looks on paper. Now, I did raise it a little bit. In fact, I took it away and then raised it. But when you come down to like critical chance, sucks. Critical multiplier is average. Channeling damage, yeah. Channeling cost, eh. Um, but when you look at the base stats on the original weapon itself, 52 slash, 6.5, 6.5, it really isn't that great. Um, but once you start building it, it comes up a little bit. It's not an epic weapon, but it does hold its own in the battlefield, especially if you speed it up a little bit and go for a little bit more DPS. I chose to go with corrosive and heat. Now I'm not gonna get a huge chance, but you know, basically every 3 swings, I'm probably gonna be proccing on someone, so it's really not that bad. And with the way that the combos go with Swirling Tiger, it makes it a lot more pleasant to actually watch. Now, the combos and stuff like that are the pause and the hold. Um, but there are ways to go about doing these and cheating on these so that you can actually perform them without actually having to take and put too much effort into thinking about it. The pause is the only one that you really have to worry about. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to tap the E key wait a second till the very end of the animation, then tap it again, wait till the end of that animation, tap it again, wait till the end of the animation, so on and so forth. So basically you're just going to be tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. It will always do winding claws. Okay? The hold is the same thing. If you hold it a split second, 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 you will always do Dancing Hunter. And on other combo lists where you have the block button involved there, as long as you're holding the block button the entire time, it will continuously do that combo as well too. Same thing with the back button or the forward button. As long as it's in the combo, just hold it down, or you know, take and try to time everything out accordingly. Now it will change to speed, so if you have something that buffs your speeds, then obviously you're going to have to fluctuate with it in the timing. But anyway, to the actual build itself, the spin attack is where this actually really comes to life. I mean, anything that does 6,000 damage in one spin attack is obviously going to be an epic weapon to use. I use spin attacks a lot, so this weapon really does speak to me. As for it taking and doing a lot of damage through the combos and stuff like that, it does seem to fall on its face quite a bit, but that is usually after like at least 45 minutes of gameplay. So anyway, so I put Buzzkill on there to help out its base stat, which was already the best, which was Slash. Rending Strike to get a little bit more out of the Slash and Puncture. Spoiled Strike I put on there. Now what I had to put on Fury to counteract Spoiled Strike, which ended up giving me a bonus on top of it and allowing me to get a hell of a lot more damage out of the deal. Max Pressure Point, gotta have to have that as well too to make sure that you can get as much as possible. So basically I just took and maximized as much as I could on the Slash and anything else that I may put on there. Virulent Scourge, bring up the status chance, get a little extra toxin damage. Shocking Touch, all for the corrosive itself. Molten Impact, just threw that on there because of the fact that I just wanted to get a little extra damage out of it. So basically, this is a build that anyone can achieve. I have one left over. It's not like you guys have to work for a lot. Now, I didn't feel that I really needed to take and actually do any forma to it, because if you take and you look, everything's maxed out. So there's really nothing that you really need to forma on it. If I can fit everything that I want out of a weapon, I'm not going to go through all that and forma it just to say I did. But as I said, that coupled with Trinity, you know, Trinity generates her own energy. She also generates her own life. She's pretty much immortal as long as you can work the buttons properly. Now, I'm not a person that takes and uses the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 key, but obviously with the new focus powers and stuff, I'm probably gonna mess up quite a bit. But this is just straight melee. I'll take and give you a little bit of look into what it looks like in case you guys haven't actually tried it yourself. And that's about it. I really don't have a huge amount to say. I mean, anyone that's watching can actually take and ask any questions. I may actually be able to answer them for you. If not, feel free to leave comments. Let me know what you feel about it, because it's another weapon. But this will top out the last on the actual weapons from the Lotus. You know, the Lotus series and or Dex series, whichever you want to call it. Now, a lot of times I'll just take and run Cassini, just because it's a balanced level. It's not too high, it's not too low. It allows you to see a little bit of everything, and you know, at moderate levels. And yeah, you can always keep going as long as you want. But I'm just using this for demonstration.
While a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
That, and I'm leveling my Kubero, you know. Gotta level him up.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out.
Oh, they tricked me. They tricked me.
Auxiliary life support. I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time. spawning enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
Now, I do love Trinity because of the fact that she has that link. And as long as you can keep that going, it is a good time. Don't run. That's the bad part. They always run from you. Melee and shit sucks. But let's get over here. Get to my life support. Because that's what, you know, what it's all about.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
Oh, wrong one. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Like I said, I knew I was going to mess this up. Now the weapons really are not that overly fast, but they're not as slow as the stats would suggest. Anything under 0, you know what I mean? I do love the little proc animation that they brought in. With the Dex stuff. There I go, looking at shit again. I missed.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
But anyway, it does make it interesting to use her. Because of the fact that you're not going to be... You have no status ailments, nothing like that, as long as you're linked properly. So I do like having it on. It makes her one of the most effective tanks in the game. Another reason why I don't understand why people don't like using her as much as... Oh! There was my fall.
Life support.
Now, I don't have any range mods on her. I just pretty much run an epic. That is so great when they knock themselves down. Makes it so much easier.
The raid is off to a successful start. Extraction is available if you need it.
But the weapons are definitely nice to have. And they have this pleasant little double spin attack that makes them definitely worth having.
Get ready for a capsule.
So for the ninjas in all of us, I guess they really work.
Another life support capsule is now available. Life support has been replenished. Get ready for a capsule. I've delivered another life support capsule.
Yeah, they're definitely not that aggressive of weapons, but they just have that certain quality that just makes them fun to use. Well, I got stuck in the steps.
Share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
Oh, it's my dog. I guess I shouldn't hit him, huh? Now, she's not the fastest. Definitely not the fastest.
That should keep you going for a while.
Alright, that sounds cool, man. Oh, excuse me.
Prepare for life support. Additional life support has arrived.
Stuck under the steps. Oh, there's my key, and that is my sign. One thing left, and that's to kill Giggles. Alright, way out. She's also really good to help keep your dog alive if you never used her before. Uh, I haven't actually gotten around to getting the actual Prime version. Haven't been a lot, on a lot lately. Alright, where are you, Giggles?
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
Great for finding the manic, too. Alright. There we go.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Kirby. Alright, I got you. I got you. I'll have to type this one in after this is over. But, like I said, the Dex Dakras, they do hold up on their own. They are decent. They are fun to use. That spin attack is just phenomenal when it comes to actually killing things. So, do I feel comfortable taking it into, like, Tower 3, Tower 4? Yeah, I definitely do. They are quite amazing. Forgive me about the dogs barking again. It happens all the time. I know it was the last video that the dogs were barking in, but I always apologize because any background noise that gets through other than my absolutely horrible voice, I'm not really into. Ooh, Ash Systems Blueprint? What? How did I get that? They must have moved some stuff around there, buddy, huh? But yeah, the weapons are definitely epic. So as for dual swords, I think that they are pretty much on the top. They are in a decent place. They perform well. The animation is great. Now, they do make a lot of twirls now, so that is one thing. Not really into that, but I'll tell you what. Uh, to all you that watch, thanks you for staying on, and I am here to annoy you. Thank you for sending me that invite. Well, you will send me the invite, or I'll just send it to you, whichever comes first, and we can hook up some other time and actually get into the grind, and maybe you can help me talk about some things, you know? So, to the rest of you, like I said, I covered all the dexes tonight, so make sure you check in, browse some of the videos, see some of the gameplay, maybe you have something to tell me about how you feel about it, but I did not feel at all that this needed to actually take and be formatted. I mean, like I said, if everything that you wanted to put on it is full, then they gave you plenty of room. Unlike some of the other dexes, they actually gave you one polarity slot. So that is kind of nice of them. And so I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the grind.